I get it. You think intermittent fasting means you have to eat at specific times that unfortunately do not fit into your life. You can build your fasting schedule around your actual schedule. Here is exactly how to do that. I'm Dr. John D'Ambrosio, chiropractor for over 32 years, author of the book Fasting That Works, and I lost 20 pounds of fat while maintaining and building muscle using intermittent fasting. So I like the ramp schedule. The ramp schedule is how you ease into fasting without shocking your system. Weeks 1 and 2, fast for 12 hours and eat for 12 hours. Weeks 3 and 4, you fast for 14 hours and eat for 10 hours. And week 5 and beyond, you fast for 16 and eat for 8. This is a gradual progression, and it allows your body to adapt to using fat for fuel. Now, here's where you customize it. Pick an eating window that actually fits your life. If you work early mornings, prefer breakfast, eat at 8 a.m. and go to 4. If you have dinner with family every night, go noon to 8 p.m. If you work nights, adjust accordingly. The key here is really consistency within your chosen window, not copying somebody else's exact times. You need to do what works for you. Research shows that eating later in the day, though, especially close to bedtime, can reduce fat oxidation and increase insulin resistance. The way this works is your body's insulin sensitivity is naturally higher in the morning and decreases as the day goes on. This doesn't mean you can't have an evening eating window. What it does mean, though, is if you want to stop your eating, you do want to stop your eating with enough time before bed. So let me give you some real examples to kind of pull this all together. Say you wake up at 6 a.m., you go to work, you go to bed at 10, you could eat, say, from between an 8 and 4 window, finishing your last meal 6 hours before bed. Beautiful. Or say you work until 6 and eat dinner with your family at 7. You could eat between 11 and 7, finishing 3 hours before, say, a 10 p.m. bedtime. Both allow for adequate digestion before sleep. And what about weekends? I'm glad you asked. Stay consistent if you can, but if you need flexibility for social events, you have options. Don't stress. You can shift your window by an hour or two occasionally without ruining progress. The key is getting right back to your normal routine the next day. So don't let one flexible day turn into a flexible weekend and then a flexible week. During your eating window, eat 2 meals, no snacking between meals. Meals 1 and meal 2. That's it. The gap between the meals lets insulin start to drop. If you snack between meals, insulin stays elevated and you never fully enter fat burning mode, even though you're technically fasting for 16 hours. The fasting window controls when you eat. The 2 meals with no stacking controls insulin during your eating window. So when I say an eating window is 8 hours, it doesn't mean you eat for that entire 8 hours. And how about the fasting window? What can you have then? Well, you're fasting. Black coffee, plain tea, water with electrolytes. You can also use some natural zero-calorie sweeteners like allulose, monk fruit, or stevia in your coffee if they work for you. They do not break the fast for most people, but you can have cream, sugar, honey, artificial sweeteners like sucralose or aspartame. Anything with calories will break the fast. Here's how to know if your schedule is working. You should feel energized and not exhausted. You should be sleeping really well. You should be able to stick consistently to your window without fighting it every day. If you're miserable, if you're constantly adjusting your schedule, then change your eating windows. There's no harm in that. Fasting works when you can sustain it long term, not when you're forcing yourself into somebody else's routine that does not fit your life. The ramp schedule that I went over gives you time to adapt. It makes it much easier. Customizing your eating window makes it sustainable, which is so important. Finishing your last meal before bedtime supports better sleep and metabolic health. 2 meals, no snacking, keeps insulin control throughout the day. This is how you build fasting around your life instead of building your life around fasting. There's a link in the bio for a free cheat sheet to get started, or a link for the full course if you want the complete system.